Welcome to Focus Today. I'm your host, Perry Atkinson, and well, today we have a very special guest. I'm delighted to welcome back in the studio with us today Fred Sada. He's the CEO of Chaplaincy Solutions, a public benefit nonprofit corporation or organization, and he's all over the place. He was telling me before I went on the air, you're in Jackson County, Josephine County, Douglas County, and slipping over into Coos County.
Coos County, correct.
Wow. Anyway, we have a lot to talk to him about, but tell us about what you do primarily, Fred.
Well, I oversee a chaplains program that we have chaplains that deal with the first responders and go and visit with first responders, go out on calls, first responders, and that spills into the community. So a lot of times we're serving folks in the community because of our relationships with first responders. So we have chaplains that follow up and stay with those community folks and serve them as long as they need us. And like you said, we're covering 4 counties right now.
And I want to say they do a wonderful job. I've had, in various incidences, bumped into some of your staff and some very personal issues and family issues with some friends that we know, and you guys just do a wonderful job being there. So thank you. By the way, you can go to the chaplainsolution.com. That's their website, chaplainsolution.com. All right, now there's another part of your ministry called BEAR4LIFE.
Correct.
What is that?
Well, BEAR4LIFE is a ministry that we're trying to really mitigate teen suicide. And that came out of us going to way too many teen suicides. And as far as I'm concerned, one is too many, and we are pretty much close to 1 a month that we're touching on. That's and I'm looking at Josephine and Jackson only with that. And because of that, we were trying to figure out what to do, and we talked to one of the families and we were able to get a video made with them on their experience, and we decided to tackle it from a different ways. Instead of just talking about prevention, suicide prevention, we came in with the angle of we want to train the teens because they're peers to each other, help those teens be able to see that someone is in need and be able to help them and get them to a safe place before they commit suicide. Teen suicide right now is about 11.6% nationally, since those are from 1999 to 2014 that just came out from the CDC. And it's just skyrocketing. It's 200% up for women, for girls, basically 10 to 14 years old.
Wow.
And so we're getting a lot of those calls, and they're very traumatic.
Unbelievable. All right, you have a video. I want to share this video. This is from the family you just talked about.
Correct.
That you ministered with. So let's take a look at this. We'll be right back.
My name is Dan Halbert.
I'm Kat Halbert.
Our son is Kilo Halbert.
We call him Bear.
Very fun-loving, outgoing. Always wanted to help somebody, make him laugh, give him a hug, give him an upbeat attitude. Loved playing football, running his BMX bike. You know.
3 other kids in the school knew. Then one saw him actually put the gun to his head 2 other times. And they know me, and they knew me, and they never said a word. So if you ever see anything like that, tell somebody, tell a responsible adult. Don't tell another kid, because the other kid probably won't tell an adult, unless, of course, they are not afraid of that person hating them, because that's what most kids say is, well, they'll hate me or they'll be mad at me forever if I tell on them. But you're not really telling on them, you're saving his life or her life. Don't wait for Facebook, don't wait for Snapchats, don't wait for anything coming from your friends. Talk to your parents, talk to a brother, talk to a sister, talk to somebody. Don't wait for somebody to respond to you, because like that night, nobody did. But just talk to somebody, please, because nobody should have to go through what we're going through.
I miss my son. I miss my bird dog. So many things that I could have taught him and shown him to do. They'll never have that opportunity again, ever. And it's just a giant waste. So, talk. That's all you have to do is talk to somebody. You are worthwhile. You are loved by people.
You're important to everybody. And you are needed here.
That's stunning. So many things come out of this. I wish I had you for about 3 hours, but there's so many things that come out of this. It appears that there are signs, but nobody picks up on them.
Correct.
Is that true?
Yes, and so we see that a lot. We also see where a lot of kids will know, 1 or 2 or 3 will know what's going on. And like with Kilo, whose nickname was Bear, the kids didn't say anything. The mom actually works at the school, so they see the mom all the time. And they did not say a word. And so one or 2 of them knew he had a gun to his head, and nothing was said. And that's not uncommon at all.
What's the main reason for this? I mean, is there a reason?
I know there's so many different reasons. I mean, I know with Kilo there was some bullying that was going on. With some kids, you find that we had one kid that came back from a mission trip, and basically had from everyone I've talked to that was on that trip with him said they had a wonderful time. Just was being used by the Lord and came back and committed suicide not long after that. And that was right like a week after Kilo's suicide last year. And so you never really know the exact reasons, but there are a lot of reasons.
You mentioned bullying and a sense of hopelessness.
Correct.
How do we ask questions to see if a child or a young kid is suffering with it? How do we interrogate this, so to speak?
And well, what we're trying to encourage the teens to do is to look for signs, because they're the ones that are right there alongside. And families can do the same thing too. And we came up with BEAR, the acronym, because that was the nickname that Kilo's nickname, and we wanted to give them something simple to use, similar to what we do with law enforcement and fire with the critical incident stress management. We teach them to be peers to each other. So we're trying to teach the kids especially to be peers to other kids, instead of just saying, hey, he's going to hate me or she's going to hate me. Step up and be there for life for these kids, and not just walk away and let them do what they're going to do. So we said be available, ask the hard questions, and these are the hard questions you have to ask. It's 80% of folks that are going to commit suicide talk about it.
They do.
So they do, exactly. And if you talk to them about it, you're not going to put the idea in their head. It's already there. So you ask questions like, are you going to commit suicide? When are you going to commit suicide? How are you going to commit suicide? Real pointed, tough questions.
Really?
And you'll be surprised the kind of answers you get. I've had people tell me exactly when and where and how they're going to do it. And that's a sign that shows that someone is having those ideations and needs immediate help. So we encourage them to do that. So be available, encourage someone, come alongside, build that relationship, ask the hard questions, and then you have the ability now to respond to that when you hear those answers and refer them for some sort of help, whether it's the school counselor, a parent. 800 number on the back of the cards that we give them. There's 800 numbers on here on our website, BEAR4LIFE.com. There's information on there. All over the internet, there's information for suicides, support, and prevention. So we just try to get them to that place where they can be safe.
All right, so if somebody you see all these signs and you're asking hard questions and this thing's lining up, and they call, what happens then?
Well, they'll either, let's say they call an 800 number and talk to a suicide prevention person. They will talk with them. Sometimes, nowadays in our world, the kids like to chat online, so they may do that or text back and forth. And the goal is to get them somewhere to get help.
When do you do an intervention?
Basically, if you ask someone and they're giving you some answers as to, yes, I want to commit suicide, and you start hearing that, it has to be immediate.
Okay.
I mean, we've called 911. I've told people, parents, to call 911, even if their kids get upset with them, because you're saving their life.
Yeah. Well, the shock of this and the residual from this is unbelievable. unbelievable. Especially with parents and siblings and things like this. It's an amazing, long road to get through that. What are your needs? How can we help you or the community help you?
Well, we need to be able to present this at either churches, churches and schools, anywhere that there are kids around. We have a presentation that we can do. Part of it is the video. It's actually a little bit longer version of the video, and we explain to them the use of the BEAR, the tool. We call it the tool for life. Right. These 4 steps, and so if you know of a place we can do a presentation, that would be great. We can use financial support because that's something that printing cards and doing things. Obviously, we could use that. So our website, BEAR, the number 4life.com. There's opportunity to do that on that page. And I think, but most of all, for the folks to be praying for us because it is a huge spiritual battle.
And the law enforcement really welcomes you to be a part of all of this.
Yes, actually, I just had a conversation with Sheriff Falls, and it was very supportive. Other law enforcement agencies we've talked to are supportive, and either through coming alongside the resource officer, or they just opened the door for us to go in. We have a reputation with law enforcement over the last 8 years, 9 years with the Rogue Valley Chaplains Association here in these 2 counties, and that has opened the door for us to be able to do a lot of things.
Those who would like to become a chaplain, what do they do?
If you go to our website, the roguevalleychaplain.com, and they can just send a contact message through there.
And that's voluntary?
And yes,
it's voluntary. I know quite a few of your people that you work with. They're wonderful men and women, and I just want to say thank you for what you do. I'd like to do more on this teen suicide because the numbers are going in the wrong direction.
Yes.
And it's from children that you would think had every reason to live.
Yes.
So something else is going on below the surface.
Several of these children are our church. I mean, Keela was attending church. The next one after that was attending church, and others we've come across are either regularly attending or they're going in and out of church and have that exposure.
All right, thechaplainsolution.com is one place. The Rogue Valley Chaplain.
RogueValleyChaplain.com.
RogueValleyChaplain.com.
BEAR4LIFE.com.
Okay.
So, with the number 4.
And get some of these cards you may want to. And I want to say to youth pastors, have Fred or someone from his organization come in and talk about this. This is serious stuff going on right here in our backyard. Thank you, friend, for coming in.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll be right back.
I'm Paulina Leiser, producer of Focus Today. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure to check our other videos at thedove.us.